is the Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, and welcome to this week's edition of the Pitstop, where you, the mighty Pitcrew, you guys are the real star of today's show, and thank you for being here to hang out and talk about sim racing. Before I even get started with the show, I want to address a few comments that I saw in the pre-chat before we went live here. And number one, Michael Thompson, thank you for saying that. You just made my day, because today was one of those days I worked like 14 hours on the Porsche yesterday. Slept terribly, woke up exhausted, a little bit grumpy, I dare say. And then there was like a massive shortage of news for today's show. And I thought, oh, what a bummer. Anyway, I appreciate, Michael says, ready for the best show of the week. And you have no idea how much the power of that statement means to me this very morning. Beyond that, Magic Silence, congratulations on your purchase of an RC P1. You will love it. Best tubular frame, best easy adjustment, non-profile chassis I've ever driven, hands down. Love it, love it, love it. You'll love yours. What color did you get is my question. So I should move the chat. Why is my chat in a difficult to see place? That's not cool. I'm going to put that over here, and then I'm going to put this over here. Anyway, happy Friday to everybody. I hope you're having a great week. And I sure am having a great week. We're getting a lot of content done here at the show. Already moving on to my next review. We did our Track Racer TR8 full review. We've been trying to balance, and since there's not a lot of news, I don't mind taking a moment to talk about the Simpit in general. Tommy from the Bronx, you are a legend. Tommy from the Bronx, that is for you. Nice. Thank you very much, buddy. I really appreciate that on this glorious Friday. So as I was saying, we are trying and playing with different things behind the scenes here at the Simpit. Short review, long review, just right review. The Three Bears story? I feel like we're kind of there. We were playing with doing a short review, and then I found out that I'm incapable of doing a short review. And then I do my typical long reviews, which on a rig might be 30 minutes long. And I find not that it isn't wonderful information, but I find that I repeat myself a lot, or I go into detail on certain things twice during the thing. So it made me think, what if we were to just kind of make the full review a little more concise? So to an extent, you could say that the TR8 full review might even be the last of the Mohicans in terms of the long-winded. From now on, we're going to try to... I'm targeting 20 minutes for a similar review. Not too short, not too long, but exactly everything you need. Everything you need. I'm not going to cut it short on information. Just expedite the review and be a little more focused in our direction, I think. Anyway, lots of cool stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'm going to show you something else we have going on here today. Up next, or on deck here at the Simpit, is the Overpower rig is back. If you remember the Overpower rig from Ollie Pakala. Anyway, that rig, we did it in its Cadillac or Bentley or Rolls-Royce variation with the electronic adjusters, all the metal plates, the very, very expensive version of that chassis. Well, the great thing about that chassis is they actually have a really reasonably priced, I dare say cheap version. And that cuts away the aluminum plates, but do you really need them? It cuts away from the electronic adjusters, but do you really need that either? These are luxury items, right? I think it's going to be stiff enough with the it's not MDF, I can't remember, the HP, that high pressure laminate, it might be called HPL. It is so rock solid that it almost feels like it's metal, except for the temperature's wrong for people who know materials by touch. Anyway, I have that rig in its inexpensive form in both the GT and Formula versions up next in the studio. And then we have something really cool coming out soon, or that we're going to be working on soon, and that's being the rock solid rigs. So another part, or the coattails of what's been going on behind the scenes and our plan moving forward, since, again, we have a very short news day. I can see all of my tabs across one screen. I don't even have to scroll left or right. That means we have very few topics of news today in sim racing. It's called Rock Solid Rigs, and I had never heard of them. It was a viewer who pointed me in their direction, and it was maybe the most unique, the most unusual, I dare say, rig. And as their name implies, rock solid is the name. Rock Solid Rigs. You can check them out in advance if you want to see what I'm talking about. I don't have a link in the description of the show today for that, but that is something that we're going to be working on. So moving forward, how are we going to handle things? I just want to be upfront, let you guys know what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. Take, for example, a new rig. I am going to unbox it. I'm going to film putting it together, putting all my gear on it, getting it dialed in perfectly. I'm going to film all of that off the air. But as soon as that bad boy is ready to turn laps, as soon as I know that everything's dialed in, controls configured, everything, whatever, as soon as I'm ready to go on track, we're going to do that moment live. But you're going to have to be at Simpit Live on Twitch for that. Live stuff, for the most part, is over on the Twitch channel. So if you aren't already part of our Twitch community, Simpit Live at Twitch, definitely want to get over there and subscribe to that channel as well. That way, you will be able to see my first impressions live. No BS, no cuts, no, this is how it played out. Anything that goes wrong, it'll be done there. So that could be fun and exciting, and we're going to start that up right away as soon as we get going. Is overpower in the light configuration. As soon as it's 100% ready to go live on Twitch and give you guys my first thoughts live, and then we will film some driving, and we will accompany that with all the footage that we'd already recorded for our more concise 20-minute target time review with everything you need to know. Just not as much repetitive Shaun. So before I repeat myself any further today, let's move on with the news and let you know what's going on in sim racing today. So just the fact that I have nothing for my racing, and this is something that's sort of become, you guys tell me, I am not that dedicated to esport. I wish I was. I should be. I wish that it was. And I think when there are fewer of them going on and it was easier to track, I was actually more enthusiastically watching it. But now that there is like 25 different esport championships going on across 7 different sims, it is really hard to follow. And when I go to almost every web page, Twitter page, it is esport, and you have to be like looking with a microscope to find the fragments of news related to the sim, which is the whole point of the pit stop. So that is something, here we are at R Factor, because at iRacing, all I found on their Twitter page was basically esport. I did get a picture, it came up on one of my feeds, but it wasn't on their Twitter page, of them scanning a track. It looked like a dirt oval, Portland or Port something, but I don't have anything to show you. Anyway, moving on. R Factor. There was a minor update for R Factor. Small update to their Norma M30 has been released, adding the Goodyear tire sidewalls, visual only, and a new livery. So really a small, in their own words, a small update. There you go, Dave Blair. We cover it all. That's the thing about the Simpit that we try to do, and I think that's maybe what the Simpit truly excels in, is that we try to cover it all. Are we a live, watch me drive show? Sure, we do some of that, but we're not. That's not what we're all about. Are we a review only site? Sure, we do a lot of that, but it's not what we're all about. Are we a sim racing community? Absolutely. Come race with us. We have a bunch of cool, fun series to race with us with. But it's not what we're all about. Anyway, that's my point. The Simpit, I think, is the most all-encompassing community built for sim racing. And at least I hope so. That's what we're striving for, I should say. Other things going on at R Factor 2, we're all over the place. We're jumping down the squirrel holes. Anyway, R Factor is still doing a hiring spree. So if you're a back-end engineer and want to jump ship and get in the sim racing game, you could go work for Motorsport Games, aka R Factor 2. I know they had a few other jobs too, by the way, when I scrolled through their whole thing. And we've covered that on their roadmaps, which it looks like they're kind of going to go away from the roadmap, if I'm not mistaken. Job opening, physics engineer. Are you a physics engineer? Want to jump ship? And I think there is even more than that. So if you're looking for a job and you have computer skills, R Factor could be the place for you. Dennis Harris, Simpit is especially unique. I thank you. I agree. Rick Hyde, is there another one? No, there is not another one. This is the only Simpit. That's why we are the Simpit, not Simpit. The Simpit, whatever your preference there. Okay, squirrel hole. Yeah, I think I meant rabbit hole. Look, squirrel, rabbit hole. You have no idea how much this show does for me, you guys. I'm not even kidding you guys. As I stated at the beginning, I woke up tired and grumpy and not in a good mood at all. And then 5 minutes before we went live, my life turned around. Not in a psychotic way. I mean, it was just, but this show gives me great motivation. And Devin, when I'm saying anything negative, you remind me of that. That when I'm there, I always love being there. All right, NASCAR heat. So we've clowned NASCAR, quite a bit. This version is going to be something else. I promise you. Anyway, they are ready to rock at Richmond. And so what we have in 4 hours, people. So right now, and I did put this in the link of the description. But in 4 hours, they're going to be doing a little bit of Charlotte Roval early gameplay for NASCAR 21 Ignition. And again, we've clowned the NASCAR title over the years. I'm not even going to act like we haven't. We have. But with Motorsport Games, who has really proven to be quite good. Every time these acquisitions happen, I'm nervous. Motorsport Games has seemed to be really a good influence on R Factor, and hopefully a great influence on NASCAR 21 as they now have access to R Factor 2 assets within their house. It's just an optimism, but I am optimistic for NASCAR 21 Ignition. And today, in 4 hours from now, 15 people waiting right now, but we'll be able to get an early gameplay of Charlotte Roval. Yeah, the physics. Yeah, see, thank you, Terry. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The physics on this look good, and this is the first one that I've been excited about in years. So you and I share that in common, and I know a few others share the same thing. Dave Blair, can you have sanity and happiness at the same time? I like to think that I am sane, and I am predominantly happy. The only reason I'm grumpy today, or woke up grumpy, is, again, I worked for 14 hours yesterday on the Porsche, and I am exhausted from it. I still have grease under my nails. I'm tired. I'm sore. All right, what other comments staying with you guys? Slam a bunch of Brian Ostrike, that's exactly how we were doing it. We've slammed a bunch of coffee, and now we're hanging out with the Simpit crew and letting the good vibes flow. I love it. A man who would use my own words. Thank you. Rick Hyde, thank you so much. I look forward to this show every week. It makes more Fridays look great. Thank you so much. Well, no, Caleb. So no, that's the thing. This is not the one to plug your controller in. I don't think we're talking Wreckfest here. I think we're talking, like, let's imagine that somebody wanted to make an Assetto Corsa Competizione level in the sim scale, an Assetto Corsa Competizione level oval racer. I don't play Competizione with a controller. And for me, and this is a really cool line in the sand, like when we're doing our sim scale, and I don't like using words that make people think I'm a snob, but let's face it, we have our game racers, we have our medium level racers, we have our pretty hardcore, and then we have our strict hardcore. I mean, I'd say there's like I have a dog hair bothering me. That's why I keep poking at my eye, by the way. So to me, like, there are probably 4 levels of sim scale to fall into. And with the Assetto Corsa probably being in either that tier 2 or 3. And I would say that NASCAR, the series, has fallen into that tier 1 for its entirety, really. I mean, since before other companies were doing it. I do feel, see, we can talk for 4 hours and we can watch the gameplay video together. I'm Abby Normal. I would like to try ACC with PS5 controller. Simcade, and Arcade. I almost feel like there's 2 categories of sim now. You know, but maybe I'm being too generous for a few titles that deserve to just fall into arcade. I'm shattering all belief by inventing the hardcore sim category, which right now, to me, there are only 3 that fall into that. iRacing, R Factor 2, and Assetto Corsa, not Competizione. Sim Light would be the sim. Yeah, so maybe it's sim and sim light. Is that better than hardcore? Yeah, we used hardcore, and we start getting categorized as a bunch of elitists. Controller has no place with a PC. Alesh, I for the most part agree, unless you're playing an arcade game on the PC. I mean, like I still do play Wreckfest with a controller, not with a wheel. I think that if I had a lower, smaller wheel on my rig, that maybe I'd use if I had like a Logitech wheel, maybe I would change my tune. But that's not what I have ready to go on my rig usually. You have to pay real money to fix your car. Hardcore sim. Console is becoming a PC anyway. We are very close to that, Caleb. Really close. Okay. Yeah, race setup is insane. Awesome. Is PC becoming more console? I don't know. At some point, is there an advantage to combining? I mean, because right now we're in a weird hardware crisis. If it was more consolidated, is that a benefit? All right, along with this, moving on, you guys keep the chat going on this. Gran Turismo. So, I was talking with Amir about this before the show. And Gran Turismo, are they going to tease and show every part of this game before it comes out? I mean, like, it seems like every day we're getting another screenshot. This is a different story that I have here. This is, would you fancy your chances if you came up against an F1 driver on GT Sport? Time to find out if you have what it takes to beat at Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri F1 in the Red Bull Beat the Pro Challenge. So I do have a link to this specifically in the description. But yeah, we have a unique challenge competition where you can go up against the likes of Max Verstappen and Alexander Albon, as well as Yuki Tsunoda. Anyway, so cool competition going on. I love these average Joe versus pro competitions, because in this scenario, the average pro should have the average Joe should have the advantage, unless your competition's Max Verstappen on a simulator. Anyway, cool competition there. There's a link there if you want to get involved and see if you have what it takes to beat some real F1 stars in GT Sport. They've got that going on. Even should we go back to his play seat? I'm trying to think if I've seen this play seat, or is this a new one? I think you're right, Devin. I think this is an entirely new design for them. Yeah, I don't think they sell that. I haven't looked at their website in a while. All right, Gran Turismo, Brembo, if you don't know Brembo, then you probably don't know cars all that well nowadays. Brembo is now one of the associate partners or official partner in braking systems. So I don't know if that means just, big giant red and yellow and, whatever color brakes on the cars in Gran Turismo, or if it means maybe more data. I mean, is Brembo, you never know when these partnerships, is it an advertisement? Brembo will make its upgrade products available to players in the tuning shop of Gran Turismo. We do have a shot of the tuning shop, by the way. Anyway, I don't know how realistic it's going to be any more than just having that as a hop-up for your car. But and that's why I asked, are they going to tease everything? So here it is. This is the racing brake system, slotted disc, which, hey, okay. Now let's get real. How cool is that? So you get yourself a GT86, cool little car. And instead of wanting a stock one, even if it's just for aesthetics, right? Boom. Let's throw those on my new Toyo and see how that looks. So I think that's really awesome, by the way. So this is also another teaser of what's going on with Gran Turismo. And seeing some of the behind-the-scenes shots of, the upgrade center, so to speak, and where you're going to be able to do the work to your car, the tuning. Dan DiMaggio out from the bushes and here joining us on a Friday. How you doing, buddy? And I think that's all we have. Other than they're at Willow Springs with their eSport, their FIA GT Sport. And so here's a track I've driven in real life and will most likely drive again. So, very cool shot. I know that spot. That's coming off of, I think they still call that Budweiser Hill or something like that, where the big, grand building is at the top of the hill. And then you drop down, and that left-hander, I tell you, that left-hander up ahead is a very, very tricky corner in real life. So, anyway, now, didn't we have... Okay, no, we had one more. Wait, where is our side-by-side? Where did the side-by-side go? Is this it? Here it is. Okay, so GT Planet had this. And forgive my eyes. But it wasn't... For me, the differences were not nearly as impressive as... they were impressed by it. I guess let's see. So what are the real differences? What we're looking at is Sony released a batch of 4K Gran Turismo screenshots of new pre-order cars last week, and we are suitably impressed. Though it's really never been in doubt, it showed that GT7 would be right up there when it comes to visuals. So we are looking at what a GT Sport versus GT7 side by side. So it's hard to see in this darkened Mazda car. I guess in the Tom's Celica, Supra now. Tom's Supra, I think it's a little more obvious. But yeah, they're both so impressive that it's hard for me. I guess the lighting looks a lot more realistic. Yeah, the lighting is significantly. So I think on this third one, it stands out the most. Like this, okay, that's cool. All of a sudden, this looks just like real deal lighting. Anyway, some cool left and right shots, giving you an idea of the difference between Gran Turismo Sport and GT7 in all of its glory. So, pretty cool. This is that GT Planet, and there is a link there if you want to check those shots out a little more close up. Rita. Okay, we talked about this coming, and now it has happened. This is the new update, including the Monza DLC. So it's not just Monza. It's Monza and Monza Historic. So one of those really cool... yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I was checking my order of my links here. Right up at Race Sim Central here, by the way, giving you the checklist. But if we go over here to Steam, we get that anyway. Automobilista 2 version 1.2.4.1 Monza DLC released. Cool shots of a very modern version of Monza. We've got some historic action at Monza. and a change log because it was accompanied with an update to the sim as well, including added support for the SF1000 steering wheel from Thrustmaster. So good big update from AMS2. And I guess at this point is, someone correct me if I'm wrong, Automobilista 2 would be the current leading best sim running the Madness engine. Am I incorrect about that? But I think this is the peak and the best of the best when it comes to the Madness engine from Slightly Mad, if I'm not mistaken. So, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, that'd be great. All right, what else? What else? Euro Truck, like I said, we're almost out of news. Sadly, we are almost out of news. Is that news? No. Nope, that's somebody who wants to buy my home in Spokane. Best of luck. Anyway, Euro Truck Simulator, the Heart of Russia churches. So, Russia is, I believe it's still in the wish list. We'll check that at the bottom of this page. But anyway, we've got churches, some of the churches. I guess, you think of Russia, and that's something they are somewhat famous or known for. I mean, there are many churches dating back a long time. Look, floating in the air church. Wow, Russia's got some skills. They got churches floating in the air. Anyway, this is part of the big, I'm going to use the word massive. How can it be Russia without it being massive? So, Euro Truck Simulator eventually is going to get Heart of Russia, they're calling it. And with that, we've now seen some spy photos of the churches behind the scenes. How did this is not what this was supposed to be. This is what this was supposed to be. Motocross GP 2021 announcement trailer. So, we talk controllers. Now, here's one. Here's a absolute controller game for me. There's no point in putting a steering wheel. It's really weird trying to drive a motorcycle with a steering wheel. Controller almost feels natural to an extent. Central Russia is the new Russia. Yeah, that's why they're Heart of Russia. It's Moscow and surrounding areas. Doing all of Russia would be nearly impossible. But anyway, MXGP 2021 announcement. So if you've enjoyed previous versions, here is the latest version. This is by the Milestone team. And yeah. Oh. They really want to buy that house. So pre-order from October 14th. So if you'd like to pre-order that game, that's when you're going to be able to do that. What else? Challenge yourself. Article here at Race Department. I'm going to confess I didn't read the article much. I read a little bit. I skimmed through it. So they talked about tracks that challenge you. And instead of fearing them and straying away, learning to love them. Use Bathurst is their example. And how so many people look at Bathurst with fear and say, I hate Bathurst. Instead of taking the challenge and saying, I know it's dangerous. I know that one mistake could lead to total failure. But why not look at that as a extra added challenge to the excitement of sim racing, especially if you're talking hot lapping, or maybe it's a car that you challenge. Anyway, if you're looking for a read today, if you're bored on your Friday, got a link in the description to Race Department here on a cool article. It'll take you a few minutes to read it, and maybe it'll inspire you. I was talking to Terry just the other day on things that inspire us to do better, to be better, to try harder, to, in some cases, get coaching. You have to challenge yourself, regardless, if you expect to get better. You always stay in that comfort zone, and you can expect to stay right where you are. So, are you sim racing for victory? Are you sim racing to beat that next guy on the track? But if you want to be beating that one more spot every race, you are going to have to challenge yourself. Sonic, what kind of challenge? How have you? Yeah, so what have you done to challenge yourself in sim racing? I mean that to all of you. What have you done? Do you challenge yourself? How can you push yourself out of your comfort zone? When I was a rookie to doing this in general, before I knew much about racing, every once in a while a question that I would ask a sim racer or a real life racer is, so you totally miss your braking zone for whatever reason, and somehow, and your heart races through your head, and you're in panic mode, but somehow you make the corner, through extra talent, extra braking, maybe changing the line slightly perhaps. Did that just create a new braking zone for you? So I mean, I know we all want to threshold brake, and here's what I'm guilty of is thinking that I'm, at threshold when perhaps I'm not. Do I dare take one more turn, one more lap to test that margin? I mean, there are a lot of ways we can challenge ourselves. So, getting back to you guys, Dan is officially out of the video business, but you're still writing, right? You're writing now. Is that how you've switched and changed what you're doing? There's another thing other than racing for victory. Oh, I mean, for me, if I'm a 10th place driver, racing for 9th is a small victory, right? I mean, I think we have to be realistic at the same time in order to find those challenges. I mean, like, I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, I can't win, there's no point in racing. And I'm like, all right, well, yeah, but you could still beat one more guy than you beat yesterday, and that's an improvement. Amir Assad is doing Driver 61 training. I know a lot of the pit crew members are doing Driver 61, and I know that it's paying off. Coaching, they challenge you. They challenge you big time. Talk to Terry about that as well. They really challenge you hard. Dan had to get a real bike to make the breasts smaller. Good for you, Dan. Good for you. Best of luck. Michael Thompson challenges himself to get in Shaun's view so he can see himself on his stream. That is difficult to do if Shaun dumps it on the green flag moment of the race. Oh my God, can someone get me a clip of the clip? If someone gets me a clip of the clip, I will send you a Simpit sticker. I'm running out of Simpit stickers. Amir beats me every time now. That's a strong word. Anyway, great topic, great article, and please do challenge. Hey, come out and race with us. I'll give you a challenge. Can you beat me? I mean, if you're not racing with us on Sunday Road Racing League in the Lotus 79, I dare you. Can you beat me? You think you got something? Amir, you think you can beat me every race? You think you're going to beat me on Sunday? I challenge all of you. Terry, I'm calling you out too. All of you. If you don't race with us in the Sunday Lotus series, you got to ask yourself why. And I challenge. Can you beat me? Everybody who beats me this Sunday gets a sticker. You got to ask for it. You got to show me a screenshot of you beating me, and you have to ask for it. But I will send every last one of you. So anyway, if you haven't. All right, move right along. We did cover this. Let's look at some rigs. This isn't a rig, but this did make me laugh. Made me laugh good. Regular Raptor posted this. Using the incorrect FOV setting with a wheel. And the demonstration. And this did make me laugh good. This is excellent. So how should you feel when you're in the car? I love the guy like riding a stagecoach. That is too good right there. The bottom one, D. So if you have the wrong field of view, you might as well be this clown. If you have the wrong field of view, you should have this wrong. I believe A is the correct. Is A not correct? The challenge being thrown my way is as well. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Come on, come on. Can you beat Shaun Cole in the Lotus 79? All right. This was awesome. NR Fell posted this on Reddit. Like father, like son. And when we did a mullet rig, I asked you guys to post mullet rigs. Do you have a mullet rig? You know, business in the front, party in the back. Anyway, like father, like son. Any other mini-me rigs like out there like this one? Look at this little mini rig. I love it so much. It's so awesome. Terry, did you get me the link? I don't see it. Did you get me the link? Did you get it? I don't see it, Terry. Great looking shot here. I love it. Get your kids sim racing. All right, here's another one. Look at this. What I loved about this is look at how much this dude is throwing at a wheel stand. At the end of my Track Racer TR8 review, I was talking about certain aspects of the rig, and I think for like a lot of starter people, it's a really excellent rig, and it's really certainly strong enough to start upgrading your equipment. But at the point that you've started buying thousands of dollars of equipment, that's when I'm like, okay, well maybe it's time to upgrade the rig, right? But yeah, this is throwing a lot of it. So what you have here, didn't tell us exactly what it is. Posted by Throwaway. My Simrig is just about complete. I just added a Royal Simulation Text Handbrake. And this is his wording here answers a topic that I saw being discussed in our Discord channel as well. It's miles better than some flight stick. So I mean, if you have a flight stick and you want to use it as your handbrake because you need a handbrake, it is an awesome option. But make no mistake, it can't compare to using an actual handbrake if you're in a needing or wanting a handbrake in sim racing scenario. There you go. Thank you. Got it. I'm going to play that in just a moment when we get to our road league. Thank you. Terry Crouch gets a sticker. First come, first serve. He got it. All right, here we go. This is by Short Pegs. It's amazing what a few LEDs and a bit of capable tidying do for a rig. Other challenges. Oh, this show. I love this show, you guys. So other challenges, I throw down the gauntlet to you guys. What does your cable management look like? I saw a post by Fanatic, funny enough, totally ironically, because I didn't know we were going to go here. Have you done cable management? You have cables sticking out everywhere? Does your rig look like crap? Now, mine looks kind of like crap because I have so many things and that it's like, I'm sorry, but I can't get cords, or my umbilical cord ends up being that big around, my 20 cables that go to my rig. But I challenge you to pretty up your rig. There are a lot of things you can do to pretty up your rig. There are a lot of things you can do to pretty up your sim racing room. I'm putting some work into the room. I'm buying some more posters, and I know they're kind of like, yeah, it's the same poster that a million people have, right? Because it's just a friggin' poster. But yeah, I'm tired of walls. I'm tired of just painted walls. So I challenge you to spice up your sim racing room, and if you want everyone to see your work, just get into our Discord channel, go to our post your rig section, and show us your rig. Show us what you got. Give us a challenge to build better than you. And then this one, just kind of trying to cover it all, you guys. Santiago XD posted this one. And questions. I don't know if this can be named a rig. And I personally say, what do you mean, dude? That is a Bentley. Bentley rolls. You are sitting in the total comfort. You have a wheel stand there pulled up to your chair. You have triple screens. a little bit of a, getting back. You have triple screens, and you have your pedals in a nice little pedal box. So to me, this is, not only do you have a rig, but you have the epitome of sim racing rigs, in my opinion. That is what it is all about, my friend. So congratulations to you. You have impressed me. You definitely have impressed me with what looks like a very fun and comfortable rig to hang out and race. I even see you have a shifter on a chair to your side, barely in the bottom corner there. And, okay, can we spy? What is this? Devin, help. Oh, that's an RC car. I thought it was like an off-road, I thought this was an off-road skateboard, is what I thought it was. You have inverted pedals! What do you mean, is this a rig? You have inverted pedals. You rock. WRC Extreme Land Rally. Exclusive robot. Guitar. We haven't done this in a while like this. Some devices. All right. Very well done. I'm impressed. You blew me away, actually, to be honest with you. All right. I talked about coming out and racing with us on Sunday. The Simpit Road Racing Series, where Sunday we will be at Red Bull Ring, a very challenging track. Some love it, some hate it. Hey, challenging. Go challenge yourself. Come challenge yourself. Saturday, it's actually Sunday, 10 a.m., October 9th. 10th. Our schedule's a little funny. Anyway, Simpit Road Racing Series. Last week, I don't even want to talk about last week, you guys. I really don't want to talk about last week. I'll congratulate Terry Crouch. He really put on a great show and won that race in dominating fashion. Randall White also dominated pretty well for second position. I mean, there wasn't much contest. And in addition to that, Joe Antonio pretty much just drove away with third. So our top three really earned their spots and showed that they were the ones, 1, 2, 3 as it stands. Wayne Roberts, Michael Thompson round out our top 5. I raced in this race, and you'll see me way back here in 13th. And the only reason I finished 13th, I do believe, is because somehow I took out Morano, Dowling, Payne, and David Sarator in what is maybe the most embarrassing thing I've done in ages. All right. You want to see what I'm talking about? I can't hear it. You guys can.
No, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
So, excuse me. Excuse me. So, my question to you is, do you have what it takes to beat me? Anyway, all right. And after race number 2 last Sunday, Terry Crouch is leading the series with 100 points over Randall White. Michael Thompson, great job sitting in third right now. Wayne Roberts and Devin Booth are our top 5. Chris Bassett, Ken Estep, George Saman, Brian Ostreichen, Wouter Van Morik are our top 10. And I'm nowhere to be seen because I missed race 1 and race 2 you just saw. Anyway, this Sunday, I will be streaming it live. I expect a much, much better outcome at Red Bull Ring. And it wasn't the track. I just can't be so stupid. Anyway, that's how things are playing out in our Road League, in our Oval Series. They are just at Talladega. Talladega is like a crapshoot, isn't it? Anyway, Anthony Morano Jr., this was on Thursday night. He won the race. Nick Boyd finishing in second. Joe Hildinger rounding out the podium, even though NASCAR doesn't really do a podium like that. Anyway, Jeremy McLam, Philip Bedford are our top 5. Ken Estep, Mike Weber, David Clymer, Wayne Roberts, and Andrew White are the top 10 at Talladega. And after 3 races of 8 in our series, it's Nick Boyd leading the way with 128 points. Joe Hildinger in second with 124 points. and Philip Bedford in third. As I announce and talk about these championships, do you guys remember what's on the line for both the Road and Oval League? That is this season's championship trophy. I'm very proud of what we're giving away. I think we've made some fantastic trophies, and this is one of my absolute favorites, if not my favorite. This is the champion trophy. It has an identical sister trophy that will go to the Oval Series champion. So when we do our series, when I talk about the results, and you wonder what people are thinking when they're out there, I mean, there's a pretty significant prize. I mean, I remember way back we were talking with Billy Strange. It's like, would you rather win $25 at the end of the championship or something to remember the championship with? And that conversation with Billy that was during one of our Beyond the Sim shows was kind of the motivation behind me taking so much time to make what I think are really nice trophies to give away to our champions. So that's what's on the line. That is what's on the line. All right, what else? What else? I would like to really thank. I love when things like this happen for us here at the Simpit. You know, we talked earlier about us being a true community, right? Not just reviews, not just live stuff, not just league racing, but we also have our endurance team, the guys part of our community who join together through the Simpit to represent the Simpit and go run in endurance races. And I've been part of it. Amir, Devin, all of us here have been part of it at some point in time. This last weekend was the Petit Le Mans at Road Atlanta, and it was a combination of Ola Sarnquist, Jason Gata, Ken Estep, and Sam Hinchy, who ran in the beautiful BMW M4 GT3 car. That they had a great run, and if you were to look, this is the car at the end of the race, and I got to tell you, that does not look like they had a good run, does it? Luckily, this carnage happened literally at the end of the night. They were 3 minutes to go, and there was a pretty big gap, and they were in P5. They were finishing P5 overall, as you can see on the number there on the car. And anyway, it was an LMP. I heard nasty things, not just from our drivers, from a bunch of drivers throughout the event, that there was some really questionable stuff going on out there. Anyway, LMP's just dive bombing the heck out of everybody out there. So I want to congratulate Ola, Jason, Ken, and Sam. Thank you guys for representing. Really good job. Bringing 5th place is a very, very good outcome and very good finish. So I'm very proud of you guys. And that means in the last that we've secured 3 top 5s in 2021 so far. Bathurst, Sebring, Bathurst first, Sebring first, Petit Le Mans, and I'm missing the other 2 here. And you can watch them once again. They all those guys stream their races, or a few of them stream their races, and they're going to be doing the 10 Hours of Suzuka on November 6th. And again, community. What's it all about? It's about being part of our community and doing things with our good friends here. If you want to be part of the Simpit Endurance team, there are plenty of openings. We'll always throw another car out there. All are welcome. Get into our Discord channel. Get into the Indoor Endurance channel. Introduce yourself. Get out and be part of that team. It's just like any other team. You know, if you want to join a softball team, well, you join a team and then you start corresponding with your players. You show up for practices. You play in the game. Sebring was second. Thank you. So, and that takes me to the last topic of the day. You've probably seen these places. I was talking earlier about spicing up your rig, making your sim room a little more impressive or tailored to you. And there's this company, Lovely Stickers, and Kevin is the guy behind it, and they do some amazing work. So if you have a Fanatec wheel, whether it's a CSL or whether it's a Podium, doesn't matter. If you have a Fanatec wheelbase, maybe you have a Thrustmaster wheelbase, maybe you have a TGT, maybe you have a Logitech wheel. They make skins for wheels that are just amazing, amazing paint schemes. I mean, look at how cool that is. That is not your everyday Logitech G29. So when I found out about them, I actually reached out. And what we're looking at here is a sticker set from Lovely Stickers. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up right now. This is going to go on my podium. I have a podium wheelbase with a Formula rim that has the upgraded pineapple grips on it. If you remember, my customized one that say my name. And now, to make that wheel even cooler, this is what we have. This is for the wheel rim itself. Dun, dun, dun! Dun, 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 dun. That is going to look so cool on my Formula rim. Oh my god. Oh my god, they have so many cool skins, Caleb. I had a really hard time deciding what I want. That's for the podium. Look at that. How perfect is that for me? And you can see it's got Simpit branding on it. He did a little customization for me even. Dun, dun, dun. The blue's a very light blue. It's a little darker than what I'm seeing up on my camera. I don't know what it looks like on your end. And then this would be the top. Oh, look at that. How cool is that going to be? So anyway, that's something I get to play with and pretty up my wheel. And that gets back to my whole point. Man, it's not that hard. I mean, look at this. This Schumacher helmet classic F1 livery is €35. €35. And your G29 transforms into that awesome looking wheel. And if you have a play seat, they do full like play seat liveries as well. But let's just go back to we'll go Thrustmaster, and let's say we have a TSPC. Let's go pick a favorite. Someone mentioned the John Player Special. I know it's out here. Where is it? I didn't see it. We can look at a few. I'm really impressed. They're really cool. Really cool. Oh, this one doesn't have the JPS. Maybe that was on the Fanatic. We'll go back. Here we go. Here's the Patronus Black Lives livery. I'm going to go to Fanatic, DD1, and I know... Oh, and look at this craziness. If you want like the Ricardo, remember that Ricardo helmet? So cool. It's called lovelystickers.com. I did not get that in the link of the description. Sorry about that. JPS. Look at this. How cool is this right here? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. And he works really quick, really fast. Anyway, this is a podium base. It's a 3. So for the base is 3 stickers. So here's the top, all right? And then we have a left and right side, like you're looking at here, all right? And then if you want, you can do the wheel rim as well. It's a separate. So this was a €46 kit, €46, which is like, I don't know, that's like $65 in the US. And then here's the wheel rim itself, which I don't want to screw it up. That's slightly different, but you're looking at like €18 for that one. Here, how come I can't find... Oh, wheels. I'm blind, that's why. So here's all the different wheel rims, by the way, from Fanatic that you can pretty up. So I have a Formula V1 as mine. And let's pick a cool one. Oh, look at the Martini. Look at that. That is so cool. I mean... They are stickers. They are stickers. So, and that's one thing, you know, I'm going to have a very delicate touch. So, no need to take the wheel apart. It'll simply go around it all. Put the original you can either put it on top of the original F1 or remove the F logo. Note, this will ruin the F. You won't be able to put it back on. And they have a tutorial. Anyway, laminated monomer-based sticker. Apply on a dry, clean surface. Remove backing paper and smoothly apply on your surface. Regular stickers. They are not designed for peeling on and off. So, but yeah, they're on a, I mean, you can feel they're not normal stickers. They have a certain thickness. These are vinyl. This feels a little more stickery. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to do that. So I'm gonna put that on probably at some point here today. So I want to thank Kevin for sending those over. This one is so cool. I mean, I had to go with the Golf liveries just because it'll match my colors and it makes sense, right? But, I mean, truth be told, look at how cool that right there is. And I saw another, the BMW one looks kind of cool as well. All orders are posted within 3 days. Anyway, you'll know more. I'm going to crank this one out. It's a pretty easy review when comparing it to, say, let's say a full rig that has to be built. So I'm gonna try to expedite this just to keep getting content. So you'll find out how the sticker application process went. But now with my new pineapple grips and the little ring that says Shaun Cole, I am gonna have the most customized, tuned, tailored for me Fanatic setup ever. Pretty excited about that. Anyway, all right, you guys, what did we do? I can't remember we hung out, right? We just a little chill session. Just hanging out with the pit crew, talking BS and sim racing. Even on a slow news day, we got a lot to talk about between us all, and we can always take our own diversions, chasing the rabbit holes or chasing the squirrels. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for brightening up my Friday. And I want all of you to get out there, do some sim racing. Have yourselves a great weekend. And again, please, if you're not out there, consider and come join us on either our oval or road series. We're going to have other series starting up as well, like probably another rally season and some racing on other sims as well. So come on out, join our community at Discord, and be sure to thumbs up if you like what we do. Thumbs down if you didn't like it, but I always ask you, if you're going to thumbs down, I never mind. The only thing I ask as a cost of thumbs down is please send me a message, come in our Discord channel, whatever, and tell me why. I always want to know we can do better. So if you're going to thumbs down, I applaud you. But you got to tell me why so we can do better. Stan, thank you so much. Stan Donnet. Stan Donnet, I've not seen you in ages. Welcome to the show. How you doing, buddy? I hope all's well on your end. Get out there, do some sim racing, challenge yourself, do your wire management, get your rig looking all pretty and dialed in, and send me some photos. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track. All right, I don't really have anything extra to say today. I really don't. I already told you guys everything that's going on with what we have going on behind the scenes and the decisions and choices we're making. I will remind you, though, again, with that new format, if you haven't already done this, please check us out, Simpit Live on Twitch. Like I said, as soon as this Overpower GT Light and GT Formula Light chassis is ready to go, I'm going to go live so that we can find out if that wheel deck is strong enough. We can find out if that pedal tray is strong enough. And you're going to want to tune into that channel, find all of our live racing, of course, but as soon as we get onto that rock solid rig, as soon as it's ready to go, as soon as it's dialed into drive, we're going to be doing that on that channel. So Simpit Live on Twitch. If you haven't checked it out, do. And if you haven't been there in a while, just know that we are going to increase the amount and the type of content that's going on there. So again, thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Simpit Live, tuning out. Bye-bye.